What's up, y'all? Brother here, back with the Geek Report. In this video, I'm upgrading Vault-Tec 1.0. It's the official name for this computer. Finally, after doing several months of playing on it, I actually came up with a name for it, to Vault-Tec 2.0. And in this upgrade, I'll be upgrading 3 components: the motherboard, RAM, and processor. And the reason I decided to go with these 3 components was the rest of my system is very powerful, as you know already if you watched my previous video of the review of this computer that I built. So I had a real major bottleneck with the CPU of choice, which is a quad-core Athlon 860K processor. That was a real major bottleneck with the whole system. So I came across an Intel Core i5. This is a 6400 9K. This is a base model Skylake i5 processor. I also went with 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM from Geek, which would be plenty, way more than plenty for what I'd use this computer for. And I went with an ASRock H170 M-IT, right here in front of me, ITX/AC. Now what that means is this is a mini ITX motherboard for this particular case. This is the H series of the low end series of the 170 chipset from Intel, so it does not support overclocking, or if it does, it's not very well. I would not recommend overclocking on this motherboard by any means. And also has built-in wireless AC, which is very nice, but I will be using LAN or hardwire Ethernet, because if you can go hardwire Ethernet, you get better results, less lag. So without further ado, I'm going to switch cameras and switch the overhead camera here in just a few seconds, and we'll start taking this bad boy apart, and we'll start stuffing in all this wonderful new Intel platform components, and that should really see a performance increase in games and in different things I do with the computer, such as video and things like that. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so as you can see, these little cases are kind of hard to work in. As you can tell from the time-lapse video there, I did have some difficulties with cable management, things like that. I did off camera before I sat down again. I did go back and redo some of the cable management to look more neat and nicer. So other than that, that's pretty much as simple as it gets. Motherboard swap is not too bad. It took me about 40 minutes from start to finish to actually swap out everything, and I did do a test boot. It booted up fine, went right into Windows in safe mode, so no issues there whatsoever. I just got to install the drivers for it. And other than that, there's not too much else to say. So I'm going to take a minute and pause, and I'm going to throw up some benchmarks, and you can compare them. If you go back to my last video, which I'll leave a link in the description below to the original benchmarks from this computer, and you can compare them yourself and look at them. So let me throw this up now. I'll show you some of the improvements I made. So as you can see at 1080p gaming, this Intel i5 actually does help a lot. It gave me anywhere from 10 to 15 to even 30 FPS depending on the game. So guys, this is going to conclude the upgrade of Vault-Tec 2.0 now. So I may do some more upgrades to it, or I actually may build a new system in the future, but hopefully the system will give me by about another 2 or 3 years, so we'll see how that goes. But until next time guys, make sure you subscribe. If you like this video, you know what to do. If you disliked it, you also know what to do. And if you feel a little more complicated than like and dislike, there's a comment section below to leave any comments you have, any questions, any suggestions, and I'll try to answer those to the best of my ability. But guys, until next time, Bradley out from the Geek Report. Stay geeky.